Good morning and welcome to Trent Hills Today. It is April the 20th, and do you think we are ever going to get sunshine and flowers and grass? Well, if you're worried about having flowers and grass because you don't know what to do with your flowers, my guest today is Teresa. Hello, Teresa. Welcome.
Hello, Susan.
And Teresa is
the president of Campbellford and District Horticultural Society.
Say that twice. Really fast. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the Horticultural Club and what you do and when you meet?
Well, we meet every first Monday of the month, including Labor Day, which is a bit of a sometimes, and Easter Monday, which was a little bit of a challenge. But the first Monday of every month we meet. We have 57 members, and yes, it's great, and we're growing, and that's a good thing.
Growing gardens and growing membership. Yay, it's all good.
It's all good. And we have many members who just have a wealth of knowledge. They've been growing gardens or farms for a million years. I often think it would be just very funny to sit. We have 7 life members.
Oh my gosh.
And just to add up their years of gardening experience would be just amazing. We have Muriel Godden, who's on the radio on CKOL every week, who's just, I don't think there's anything Muriel doesn't know about the garden. I know. She's wonderful. And her sister Lois, and brother-in-law Glenn, who are master gardeners. And we're so privileged to have them in our society. We have a really good time. They're beautiful people. I have only been in Trent Hills coming up for 7 years, and I knew I wanted to be a member of the Horticultural Society, so the very first September off I went to the meeting because I'd read about it in the paper, and immediately felt at home.
Well, that's good. I think the Horticultural Club is the first stop for many women. I'm not going to say just women, but I think a lot of women who are new to the community do drop in and see it as an entrance into the community, because most people either garden or want to garden or have bought a house with a garden that they need help with.
Exactly.
You know, I think that's one of the biggest challenges, is that when you plant your own garden, you know what you're putting in.
Yes.
But when you get somebody else's garden, like I had when I got this house, and we got here in September, October, and you think, well, what was that? Well, you know, so you have to wait till the next year. So it's always nice when you can reach out and get some help from people.
Right.
So what does a meeting look like? First of all, where is it?
It's at Christ Church Anglican in the Jenkins Hall at 7:30, first Monday of every month.
Yes.
And our meetings start with a short business session, about 30 minutes. About 30 minutes. And this year we've brought in hopefully 10 to 15 minutes where one of our members can ask a question about something horticulture, either that they're doing in the house or they're planting in their garden or wanting to know when to prune something. And as I say, we've got so much expertise there that there's all kinds of people that can answer the question. It's really wonderful in that way. Then we have a guest speaker.
Right, and I've attended, and some of your speakers have been outstanding.
They are outstanding. Muriel has done that for the last couple of years, arranged the speakers, and they are truly outstanding. And so it's very enjoyable. And then the last couple of years we've had a toonie draw.
Yes,
For $2 you can buy a ticket on a chance for a gift that is hidden, that you don't know. And the last couple of months, it's been orchids.
I've heard a friend of mine won an orchid, and she was
orchid.
very, very happy. So
Beautiful,
yes. Yeah. It's unfortunate because I have been doing some reading of just in general, and a lot of the orchid growers out in Niagara are going to stop growing orchids and start growing marijuana. There's more money in growing marijuana, and medical marijuana needs to be grown in greenhouses for a variety of reasons, some of which are obvious and some are less obvious.
Right.
And you also have a little children's program?
Well,
or school program.
We try to reach out. The last couple of years we've worked with the nursery school on Center Street, whose name has just gone right
It's
out.
okay, have a sweet. People are used to it.
Anyway, but the young lady that has done that for us has just had a brand new baby, and so this year isn't going to be. But we're quite excited. We've been asked by the fair board to have a presence at the Campbellford Fair. And so we are going to do that. We are going to have a display about pollinator houses and things. And we will have a planting thing for the children.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I know that there's also a little bit of a competition. You have, in accordance with your...
mini show.
Yes.
Every week.
No, not every week.
Every month, sorry. Every meeting.
Every meeting.
And that schedule is in our handbook so that every week people know...
Isn't this lovely?
Every month people know what they're to do. And there are 4 categories. And some of them are really tough. But I'm amazed. Our members are terrific.
Yeah.
And this year I'm going to try to encourage them to show at the Campbellford Fair. We do supply prize money for the horticultural section of the fair, and honestly, we have such talented people.
Oh yeah, I've seen a number of them. I have to say that I love the front of this book, well, the whole magazine, because daisies are one of my favorite plants.
Well, and that's our flower.
Yeah.
Shasta daisy, so I wanted that on the book.
Very nice. And the book does provide a lot of information so that, yes, when you come in, you may be a new member, but you do get the handbook, and it does help you understand what is going to be happening at each meeting, and of course what the competition entails.
That's right, that's right. So the mini show, Glenn Bennett is the judge of the mini show, and Darla helps him, and there's a prize at the end of the year for the person that scores the most points, and it's very interesting. And then when the whole thing wraps up, we have a social time.
Yes,
and
yes.
As well as being wonderful gardeners, our members are the most terrific cooks.
And very generous, because I've been there, and the spread that is put out is extremely generous.
It is.
The unfortunate part for me is that it's usually at 9 or so at night, and that's a little late for me to be eating because I have to come home and go to bed, because I go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm an early to bed, early to rise kind of girl.
I see.
All right,
I see.
You here.
So this is May.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't have my glasses on, so she's going to have to read it.
So in May, the mini show is Eat This One.
Oh.
A design featuring either rhubarb or asparagus. Other material permitted. And you won't believe what they come up with.
Oh, I bet that it'll be amazing. I'll have to get you to have somebody send me a picture so that we can share that. Now, with this weather, we will not, our own asparagus won't be coming up, I don't think. And I doubt that our own rhubarb will be up.
Mine is
Oh, well,
high.
fine. There's always one of those gardeners.
Well, I'm not one of those. You know that, Susan. I may be the president, but I'm not one of these experts, I can assure you.
Yeah.
But 3 narcissi, or 3 tulips in a vase, same cultivar. I think we'll have tulips.
Oh, we'll have, because I have tulips and I have daffs that are this high. They're just being kept very nice and warm under the snow.
Yeah. So then a photo of a tree in blossom.
Oh,
So
well,
the rule for photos is it must be taken in the last 12 months.
Well,
So last spring's blossoms.
could have qualified.
And a horticultural show off, and they're fantastic. People bring things in and everybody like amazing.
I don't know if you've been to Antonia's, but we were in there doing a shoot with Ravi, and somebody had brought Davina in an amaryllis.
Yes.
Oh my, it was just stunning.
Yes.
So before we run out of time, let's talk about a couple of things that are coming up. You have the spring plant sale, and I will have somebody coming on a little closer to that. It's May 19th. So we will have another guest come on who will talk about the plant sale, but I want you to put that on your calendar right now because it's a great sale. The ladies at the Horticultural Club do an amazing job. I go there and I try and buy as many hostas to fill up my blank canvas as I can. Now, if somebody's not a member of the Horticultural Club, can they make donations to the plant sale? Just so I can get people prepped?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
As a matter of fact, your hostas that you have been buying have been, a lot of them have been donated. Now, we took the hostas from the clock tower a year ago, because we are making a pollinator garden.
Oh,
there.
excellent.
And the hostas weren't in the right place after trees were removed. So,
yeah, that's one of the things. And we'll talk about what you do for the community one more time. I will also be having somebody come on to talk about the garden tour. I went on the garden tour last year.
Yes.
Always enjoyable. It's always great to see. You know, when you have, well, I have a large canvas, so it's very challenging, and I don't have a lot of soil. But equally challenging can be the very small garden. And there were a couple last year, and they were really, really well done. So if you want to see what other people do, if you're a garden voyeur, then you want to make sure you're going to be part of that, or buy tickets for the garden tour. Before we go, what do you do in the community? Because you are in Campbellford, and I know that you and your team go out and beautify our community. So here's a shout out to you. Bring it on.
We maintain the clock tower garden, which is in front of the West Bend office, and this year it will be the beginning of a perennial pollinator garden. So
excellent.
It won't be that very beautiful and dramatic red and white annual garden, but it's a start. We're looking to help the pollinators.
Well, last year I took a number of pictures, posted them on my business Facebook page because you did an outstanding job. It looked fresh and crisp and clean all the time. But I think too that the gardening trend is moving towards not away from annuals, because everybody loves that pop of color.
Sure.
But when you see what's coming in from, say, people like Proven Winners and stuff, you know that the perennials, they're a little bit longer blooming, and everybody's talking about pollinators and, you know, be there for the hummingbirds, the bumblebees.
That's right.
And so I think it's amazing. I mean, you are the organization to, you know, start trailblazing.
Exactly.
I know I've spoken to the municipality and I've asked them to really look at that for all of the community gardens, because, you know, you want to make sure that you're not planting every year and tossing things out. It's really important. And watering is an issue. We either get too much or we don't get enough. It's
very big issue. Yeah.
So go ahead before we finish.
So then we have 3 other gardens that we maintain. A really large one at Entrance Way, down Grand Road.
Oh yes, okay, yeah.
And that's a big challenge. And then we have one at Picnic Island Park, which is near the lawn bowling.
Okay.
It's this side of the bridge before you cross over. And then we do Campbell Park, which is on Queen Street.
Well, there you go. So, you know what? If you are new to the community, or you've got a garden that you don't know what to do with, or even if you want to just help out, maybe, and I don't know if this is all right with you, but maybe you aren't sure that you want to join the Horticultural Club, but the ladies always need help with the gardens, the public gardens.
We do.
And if you want to reach out to them, they have a website. You can find them online. And maybe just say, you know what, I would like to spend a morning or an afternoon just weeding or helping you plant.
Absolutely.
And get to meet people. I mean, if you haven't already fallen in love with Teresa, there's lots of other great members out there. I want to just give a really quick shout out to Carol Robertson. You know who she is. She's instrumental in, herding us all to the Hort Club. So if you want to help out, and maybe that's the way you get your toes wet in the Horticultural Club, please reach out to them. They can always use a helping hand. And so until next time, take care.